Hello everyone. Have you ever had to manually enter your timesheets and it was a real pain because you had to go in line by line and remember what you did from maybe the past week, and it's just really hard to remember, it takes a long time? Well, with SSW TimePro, we have a solution to that. We integrate with Azure DevOps, and this allows us to pull in your check-ins into your source code directly into the TimePro application, and then we can automatically import them into your timesheets. So, when you add a timesheet in TimePro, there is a recent Azure DevOps check-in tab here. So we navigate to that, and then we can see currently we have no subscriptions, so we're not attached to any Azure DevOps instance. So to attach an instance, we can either press this Add Subscription button, or we can navigate to Admin Azure DevOps. So once we navigate to that screen, it's going to load up. If you have quite a few different Azure DevOps instances, then it could take a little bit to load. You should see this loading spinner, and then once it's finished loading, you'll see your integrations pop up. Once they've popped up, you'll be able to add a new integration using the Add New Integration button, and then you can subscribe to the new integration, which allows you to associate your account with the Azure DevOps instance. So let's hit the Add New Integration button, and then we can just enter in a name for it, which can be anything you want. And then you get the URL from your Azure DevOps instance. And we need the domain, and the domain is usually blank. And then you need to get a personal access token. So you can generate a personal access token from Azure DevOps. So let's navigate there now and hit this little user settings map, and then you'll see personal access tokens here from your Azure DevOps project. So click on that and then hit new token. So now you need to give this a name, and you need to select the organization you have access to. And basically what this is doing is it's allowing you to authorize your credentials for your Azure DevOps instance. So let's give it full access for now. Maybe you have a different set of access for your organization, and let's hit create. So that's created a token. We can see it's got that here. So let's copy that and go back to TimePro, where we can enter in our token name and the token that it generated. The next thing you need to look at is the collection name, and this is a legacy Azure DevOps thing. You might be using it already, in which case use the collection name that you're familiar with. Otherwise, just use the default collection. That's what should be the right one for any new Azure DevOps instance. The final thing you need to check is the available to, and this defines who has access to your Azure DevOps instance. Is it only you, or is it everybody in your organization? So let's leave it as only you for now, and then hit test to make sure that it connect to that Azure DevOps project, and it's done it successfully. So now we can add the integration. For this example, I'm just going to cancel and use an existing integration here. So let's use the SSW integration. So now we want to associate our account to this integration so that it pulls in only our commits. So to do that, let's hit the subscribe button. And then from here, we need to enter in our email address. And this is going to make it so that only my commits come through, not everybody's commits. So let's hit test to make sure it's working. Seems all good. So let's hit subscribe. And now we'll see this will reload the page, and this link button should turn into one that is unlink. So you can unsubscribe from the instance. And once it's linked up, we can then navigate to the timesheets page, where we'll be able to add all of our commits for that project. So let's just give it a minute, and then it should, there we go, it's come up with the unlink button. So it's now successfully subscribed to that integration. So let's go to timesheets and press day. And let's add a timesheet for today. And we can see recent Azure DevOps check-ins here. So you can see this now says no check-ins found for today, the 3rd of the 5th. And that's because I haven't done any check-ins today. So what we need to do is look at the last 7 days instead. And we can see there's a whole bunch of commits here, and I can add them one by one using these arrow buttons, and they all come into this note field quite nicely. And if I want to add all of them, I can hit the add all comments, and that will pull all of them into the note field. So today I've taken you through Azure DevOps TimePro integration, and this allows you to easily pull through all of your commits from your source code and put them into your timesheets automatically. I hope this video has been useful, and thank you very much for watching.